Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Farmington's Operation Main Street still needs some businesses to sign up before it's a go. Also, a Republican U.S. Senate candidate is focusing on his potential November opponent. Plus, construction on Fredericktown's new middle school is in its final phase. All of these stories, and are we going to see stormy weather through the weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories we're working on for you at this hour. Operation Main Street in Farmington must have at least 6 more businesses sign up by Friday. Farmington's Downtown Development Association, the Chamber of Commerce, and the City Industrial Development Authority have partnered with Southeast Missouri State University and the U.S. Small Business Administration to bring Operation Main Street to Farmington. However, the program must have 15 businesses to sign up, and right now, they only have 9. DDA President Luke Rassane of First State Community Bank says any business in the city can participate in Operation Main Street.
We have seen some success from some downtown businesses who are interested, and really it was geared towards downtown to start with, but really and I think it's important to bring the project to Farmington. So either way, whether they're downtown or they're out at Karsh or they're out in Maple Valley or wherever they might be, I think it's important for businesses to have training, whether it's a refresher or whether it's the first time they're hearing a business practice. I think it's definitely something we want to bring to the area.
Now, Rassane says participating businesses will get a comprehensive review of their operation.
The CMO officials will assess their business strengths, their weaknesses, and their needs for training and coaching, and that's sort of through the application process. And then there's an agenda of customized classes based on what they tell us in the applications. And the participating businesses will get classes, and it could be anything from QuickBooks to financial analysis and analysis of their website and social media to business counseling and coaching.
To take part in Operation Main Street, contact Luke at First State Community Bank or the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. And Dustin, are we looking at a chance of thunderstorms?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures right now, they're nice out there. Plenty of sunshine. 74 in St. Genevieve through Fredericktown and Cape Girardeau. 75 in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. And 75 right now in Festus. As we head into the evening hours, partly sunny skies at 7 p.m., 72 degrees, 67 by 9 with a partly cloudy sky. And clouds start on the increase by midnight with a temperature of 62. At the bus stop in the morning, we'll have a mostly cloudy sky, chance of thunderstorms with a temperature around 56. I'll give you more details on your wet Friday coming up later in weather.
Among the candidates vying for the Republican nomination to take on incumbent U.S. Senator Claire McCaskill, only one is a current office holder. That's U.S. Representative Todd Akin of Missouri's 2nd Congressional District. As with the other Republican senatorial candidates, Akin is focusing his harshest criticism on his opponent and potential November opponent. Akin says the Senate race, like the presidential contest, is a choice between 2 visions of America.
On the one hand is going to be more and more handouts, more and more government involvement, more and more regulations, less jobs, less free market, and at a lower standard of living. Or the other choice is freedom, the basic principles our country is founded on. We're going to rein in the federal government. We're going to reduce the amount of red tape. We're going to reduce the spending of the government so we can reduce the taxes, get the economy back on its feet. And that choice is the choice of freedom.
Akin says these competing visions of America are clearly defined when legislators debate what government should do and how to pay for it.
And the Democrats, Obama, McCaskill, and the other liberals, their answer is more power and more money for big government. Now, my only question is, what evidence do we have that this has ever done any good? And I think most people realize the government is out of control. So why do we keep voting for people that want to make the government bigger and more powerful? And the people that do that are the ones that are pretty much addicted now to some sort of thing that they expect the government to give them.
Aiken says the choice for Americans this November is to decide for freedom or a government so big and powerful that it no longer serves the people, but becomes a master. Bismarck Mayor Dennis Mayberry will recommend the Board of Aldermen return former police chief Dave Dickerson to his old job. The board demoted Dickerson to sergeant last month. After Mayberry was elected mayor April 3rd, he thoroughly reviewed the applications for police chief, including Dickerson's.
I want a chief that has a heart, and he does. I want a chief that can handle his men. He's real good with the budgeting and everything. He has experience. Of course, he's been around here for about 22 years or so. But, you know, he just has some things that him and the board had some issues, and they demoted him. Okay, that's in the past. You know, I wasn't looking at that. Whatever the board did, you know, that was what the board did, period.
Mayberry says he's discussed the board's expectations with Dickerson and is looking forward to working with him. Mayberry noted when he was campaigning for mayor, he had at least 90 people ask if he was going to put Dickerson back as chief of police.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Dawn Arnold, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction is in the final phase at the new Fredericktown Middle School. Superintendent Dr. Kelly Burleson says with the exception of the gymnasium, the building will be completed by July 1st.
Right now, the general contractor, they're painting the classrooms. They're working on putting up the ceiling. So we're at those events that are near the end of the building project.
Dr. Burleson notes with the gymnasium being built to FEMA specifications as a safe zone, that construction won't be completed until October 1st. He says an open house is planned for the new 60,000 square foot facility, but the date has not been set. The $7.5 million building replaces the former middle school, which was destroyed by fire in April of 2010. Ellington Spring Fever Days Festival is just a few weeks away. Chamber of Commerce President Christy Roberts says they've taken some favorite events and tried to make them better. For example, this year's car and truck show will also feature tractors and boats. Christy says some things folks look forward to all year will be there as well.
Food booths, crafts, demonstrations, that sort of thing. Everybody always loves coming out, and you know the kind of food that you get at festivals is people look forward to it all year.
Christy adds that favorite events such as the Saturday morning parade and the baby contest will be back, as well as the barbecue contest, which was a big hit last year.
The visitors just really had a really good time walking around and talking with the competitors about all that goes into being a barbecue team and what it takes to, to be able to do that.
Ellington Spring Fever Days are May 11th and 12th. The Alley Springs Campground is now open. The Ozark National Scenic Riverways had closed the park for a major paving project. Spokesperson Faye Walmsley says while Alley Springs has been reopened, there is still a little bit of work left to be done.
Everything is open. Campers can come in there and use the campground, but they need to be aware that, there may be some, minor closures and something, and they had to go around areas because of striping or something like that.
Faye says the Round Springs campground remains closed while the paving continues in that park. She says weather permitting, that campground will open on May 1st. All other park campgrounds are open, and for more information, you can click on this story on our website, froggy96online.com.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Showers and thunderstorms develop late tonight and last through your day on Friday. Temperatures will remain normal through the weekend, but plenty of sunshine for the weekend. And then temperatures will be on the rebound for next week. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures in the 70s, 74 in Cape Girardeau through Fredericktown and St. Genevieve, 75 right now in Festus, 76 in Potosi, and 75 right now in Ellington and Van Buren. Here at the station, we have a current temperature of 74 degrees under a sunny sky, feels like 74. Current dew point at 48 with 39% humidity, and our south wind right now at 10 miles per hour. As we head through your day on Friday, showers and thunderstorms through southeast Missouri. That will scoot out of here for the weekend, so no worries on the weekend plans as the weekend's looking pretty dry. Here for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, 55 for the overnight low, 54 in Potosi, 54 in Ironton, 52 in Piedmont, and 53 in Poplar Bluff. Late showers and thunderstorms will be in the area for late tonight into tomorrow. As we head into tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms high around 63 here in Farmington, 62 in Ironton, 59 in Potosi, and 68, one of the warmer spots in Poplar Bluff. As we head through the next several days here in southeast Missouri, the 7-day forecast Saturday, we'll see a high of 61, partly sunny skies. Mostly sunny on Sunday with a high of 66. Mostly sunny on Monday with a high of 67. Back in the 70s on Tuesday. But look at that. Wednesday and Thursday looking nice. High 84 on Wednesday, 80 on Thursday with partly sunny skies. So now look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. Partly sunny skies on Saturday. High 61, low 42, 66 and 44 are your temperatures. And partly to mostly sunny sky on Sunday. That's check your storm tracker weather forecast. Fred, back to you.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
Fans with a sharp ear and a keen sense of history enjoy a retro blast when new Cardinals right fielder Carlos Beltran steps toward the plate at Busch Stadium. His walk-up music begins with a familiar guitar riff, an echoing pulse from Slash's Axe that still reverberates 25 years after its release. Welcome to the Jungle. Turns out that the Cardinals switch hitter was approached about what song he would like played for each of his plate appearances. Beltran just shrugged. He didn't have a favorite tune that he wanted to drag with him to St. Louis. So Beltran told them, quote, "Give me the song that Mark McGwire had in all of his years in St. Louis. I wanted that one. He had good years here," end quote. Beltran didn't know the song, but he knew the feel that it would convey, and he knew that it would be a nice nod to his hitting coach. Andy McDonald knew the Blues would be in the playoffs. He just didn't know if he would be with them. 2 weeks after his second concussion in less than 11 months, suffering from symptoms almost unbearable, and knowing how susceptible he'd be to another head injury if he'd return, the veteran forward contemplated retiring from the NHL last October. But the former Stanley Cup winner with the Anaheim Ducks said that he had to convince himself that he could play hockey again before returning in February from a 51-game absence. After McDonald's 4-point game in Monday's 4-3 win over San Jose in Game 3 of the Western Conference quarterfinals, one might have a hard time convincing others that McDonald, who also sat out 6 games with a shoulder injury, has missed any time this season. With a goal and 3 assists, McDonald increased his total to 6 points in 3 playoff games and jumped into second place in the NHL's playoff scoring race. His performance helped the Blues grab a 2-1 lead against the Sharks in the best-of-7 series, which resumes tonight in San Jose. Quarterback Sam Bradford is learning his third offense in 3 NFL seasons from his third coordinator. While that might sound like a tall order, the transition may be easier than expected. Speaking after the Rams minicamp practice, Bradford said there are some similarities in language and play calling from his rookie season when Pat Shurmur was offensive coordinator. Due to last year's lockout, Bradford had no time to learn Josh McDaniels' offense until the start of training camp. But even with a shortened offseason schedule this spring, under the new collective bargaining agreement, Bradford will get at least a couple of months to learn the system of new coordinator Brian Schottenheimer before the start of training camp. And a spring football record for injuries was not a welcome element for Missouri coach Gary Pinkel's building process 5 months before life begins in the Southeastern Conference. When Mizzou completed their spring drills, the Tigers had 12 players sidelined because of injuries. However, Pinkel expects most of the injured will be listed somewhere on the depth chart when practice opens in August. Pinkel told reporters, quote, "The good news is we get all of them back. My frustration during spring ball is they're not getting reps," end quote. With the offense missing quarterback James Franklin, running back Henry Josie, and tackle Elvis Fisher, who returned only recently, and the defense without end Brad Madison and tackle Sheldon Richardson, Pinkel focused heavily on developing depth. When the coaching staff reconvenes, the players who missed the spring will be slotted back onto the depth chart. Pinkel hopes the time they missed will be secondary to the experience gained by others.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Dustin Kopp, we've had a blessing of wonderful weather this week, and I understand some rainfall is on the way for maybe late tonight and tomorrow.
It is on the way late tonight into tomorrow. We're going to start seeing some showers and thunderstorms, especially tomorrow, and then by the weekend we should clear out, be seeing plenty of sunshine, and the temperatures around the normal temperature for this time of year.
Anything on the severe range for tomorrow?
Doesn't look like it. There is a chance of maybe some severe weather to the western part of Missouri. It may scoot a little towards us, but right now it looks like it's going to stay to the western part.
All right, very good. Folks, thanks for watching us tonight. We'll be back in later this evening with more, and then tomorrow morning for our early morning edition of 18 Eyewitness News. Until we see you again, have a blessed evening. God bless everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Newswatch is next.